Hey all, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be working on another core sequence. We'll be moving for 10 minutes, a 10-minute flow. And we will work through the whole body, but a big focus on that core. So we're going to come into an all fours position. I just want you to breathe in here through that rib cage. And then exhale through the mouth. We're going to inhale again. This time on our next exhale, we're going to lift those knees so they hover just off the mat. Inhale, tap them back down. We're going to keep moving like that, moving the body as one, so we lift all in one go and then lower back down. We're thinking of that belly button pulling up towards that spine, so we're not letting our lower back arch. And we're going to go up one more time and hold this one at the top. We're going to take some deep breaths here. We're going to inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. Keep pushing the floor away. We inhale. Exhale through the mouth. One last breath in. Exhaling all of that air out. And then lower those knees down towards the mat. We'll lift straight back up into that all fours hover. We're going to step one foot back, followed by the other foot. Reach that first foot back in, and then the other. Switching legs. So we're alternating. We're stepping out into our full plank, and then back into those all fours, alternating which foot we start with each time. We're keeping that pelvis, those hips nice and stable, our chest, our hip bones pointing down towards the mat. We're holding this last one in the plank, and then we're going to go for some plank rocks forwards and back, leaning all the way over those wrists, and then all the way back as you drive those heels forwards and backwards. Last one, we lower those knees down. Take a moment here. We're going to squeeze those knees, those ankles towards each other, and then tuck the toes underneath. Hover those knees up off the floor again. Keeping those knees squeezing, we're going to swivel them over towards one side, back through the center and over to the other side. We're thinking of that chest still facing down towards the mat. And then we're rotating from the pelvis downwards, leading with those knees, keeping them squeezing. Going for two more. Using that breath, we exhale as we twist. Inhale back to center. Lower those knees down. Bringing those legs forwards through those arms so you can swivel round and come to sit down on the mat with those feet in front. We're going to bring those hands behind the backs of those knees. Inhale as you open up the chest to the sky. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, rolling back. Inhale, we shine that chest forwards. Exhale, start from the base of your spine as you roll away. Use those hands behind those knees for support. Use it to help pull your chest through. And then exhale, rolling away from those thighs. Option how much you want to grab on those thighs while you roll back. Maybe you just want them lightly there. Or option lifting those arms away so we remove the support from those arms. Those arms are staying parallel to the floor as we roll. Finding that C curve. And then inhale, find that length through the spine again. On our next one, we're going to roll back, hold it there. Exhale as you lift one knee up to this tabletop position, switch and lift the other. We inhale as we switch, we exhale as we lift. Keeping that torso still. We're just isolating that movement from the lower half of our body. Option now to go a little further if you want with that roll down. We're going to inhale, find length through that spine. Exhale, tuck under with the pelvis, rolling all the way down towards the mat. Arms reach overhead. We inhale, we lift, we look towards those toes. Exhale, reach up and over. Finding that length through the spine at the top. As we inhale, then exhale, rolling back down. Finding that lower back connection, rest of the body follows. Inhale, we lift, sink that belly button down. Exhale, reaching up and over. Inhale, find that length. Option now extending those legs, going for the full version. So we inhale, exhale to roll back down, keeping those heels glued to the floor. Reach those arms overhead. Inhale, look towards those toes, press the belly button down. Exhale, reach up and over. This time curving through the spine, getting that spine stretch at the top. Inhale, we exhale to roll all the way down, sinking the belly down. Reaching those arms overhead. Inhale, we lift, look towards those toes, press the belly button down. Again, we exhale, rolling up and over. We're going to go for 2 more roll-ups. I want you to really focus on finding that lower back connection each time. The first thing to touch the floor on the way down, and the last thing to peel away from the floor on the way up. Really anchoring those heels down, squeezing those inner thighs together to help keep that lower body still. And we're thinking of those shoulders down away from those ears, arms staying parallel to the floor for as long as possible. And really feeling that nice spinal stretch at the top of the movement as you reach up and over. Our last one, we're going to roll all the way down, trying to remove any momentum. And then when you're down at the bottom, we can bring those feet in closer towards our hips, reaching those arms up towards the sky. We'll bring one leg up to tabletop and then the other leg. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, lift the head, neck and chest, reach those arms forwards. Inhale, lower the chest back down, reach the arms towards the sky. So exhale as we lift and inhale as we lower. Each time we lift, we're thinking of reaching the lower ribs down towards those hip bones. We're lifting the shoulder blades up off the floor. We're not here for long, finishing off our last one. And then lower those arms, reaching them out to this T position, shoulder height. We're going to squeeze those legs together. Inhale as they drift over towards one side. Exhale, use your core to pull yourself back through the center. Inhale over to the other side. So we're going for this spine twist here, keeping those knees, those ankles, those thighs glued together the whole time. As we go to one side, the opposite hip lifts just off the floor, but we're keeping that opposite shoulder, that opposite ribcage resisting and glued towards the mat. So we feel that nice twist, that nice spinal rotation, feeling that core working, and really using that exhale to bring yourself back through the center. So the movement here might not be too big, even if you just move an inch or so, as long as you're keeping that core engaged the whole time. So I'd rather you do that than move the legs all the way down to the floor and completely disengage with that core. After our last one, we'll lower those feet down towards the mat one at a time, interlace those fingers and bring them behind the head. We're going to exhale as we lift through the chest, looking between those inner thighs. Inhale as we lower, going for our simple chest lift. Same thing applies as before, sinking that rib cage, drawing the lower ribs down towards the hips, lifting the shoulder blades up off the floor. On our next, we'll add a rotation. Exhale, we lift, we reach the opposite arm to opposite knee. Back behind the head to lower back down. Exhale, we lift, we reach, hand back behind the head, lower back down, we inhale. Exhale on each, lift up through the chest. Inhale as we lower back down through the center. We're still finding that nice spinal twist, reaching to the outside of the opposite knee, back through the center. We're going to go for 2 more. So we exhale, lift and reach, find as much height as you can. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift and reach, find as much spinal rotation. And then we lower. We're going to come up through the center, bring both knees up to this tabletop position, and then reach those arms on top of those knees. Use that to help lift your chest even higher. Extend one leg and then extend the other. So switching over in the air as we inhale. Exhale as you bring that knee in, press down on the knee with those hands. Inhale to switch. Exhale, extend and press. Using that pressure on the knees to help engage through the core more, to help sink that belly button and to help lift those shoulder blades. Moving to the straight leg version if you want, going for this hamstring pull. Switching in the air. Again, exhale as you pull that leg in. The hands are just behind those calves, or just behind the hamstrings if you prefer. Last one, we bring those knees in, hands on top of those knees to help pull yourself a little bit higher, and then reach those arms parallel to the floor. We're going for 100, pumping down. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that breath going. Keep that belly button sinking down, and keep those arms pumping. We're thinking of the strength through those arms, reaching those fingertips forwards. Option, have the knees bent here if you want. As long as we get that lower back connection, that belly sinking down, looking between those inner thighs. Last push here, keep pumping down. And then hugging those knees in towards your chest. Nice work, everyone. Just doing what you need to do here. Lowering those feet and maybe going for some windscreen wipers through those legs. Opening up through those hips. Just swiveling side to side. Take as much time as you need here. But thank you everyone for joining me. Hopefully see you in the next.